Good morning, everyone. As you know, Capital One has consistently been at the forefront of innovation in the financial services industry. But leadership means facing challenges head on, learning from them, and emerging stronger. Today, we're going to discuss some of those key challenges and the leadership lessons they've taught us. Let's start with the first and arguably most crucial: embracing change. In today's rapidly evolving business landscape, clinging to the status quo is a recipe for disaster. We've seen industry disruptors come and go, and the common thread among those that failed was a resistance to adapt.
With all due respect, Anna, embracing change sounds great in theory, but how do we balance that with the need for stability and predictability, especially in a sector as heavily regulated as ours?
That's a fair question, David. And the answer lies in strategic adaptation. It's not about abandoning our core principles or throwing caution to the wind. It's about identifying emerging trends, anticipating potential disruptions, and proactively adjusting our strategies to stay ahead of the curve.
I agree. Look at how quickly fintech companies are gaining market share. If we don't adapt our digital offerings and customer experience, we'll be left in the dust.
Exactly, Sarah. It's about recognizing the need for evolution and having the courage to embrace it. We need to be open to new ideas, new technologies, and new ways of doing things. And that starts with fostering a culture of curiosity and experimentation within our organization. Which brings me to our next critical challenge: managing risks. In a sector as highly regulated as ours, effective risk management isn't just a best practice, it's an imperative. It's essential for maintaining trust, not only with our customers, but also with regulators.
So, what specific steps are we taking to improve our risk management processes? I'm particularly concerned about the potential for cyber threats.
Cybersecurity is a top priority, David. We've implemented multi-layered security protocols, including advanced threat detection systems and regular penetration testing.
And what about financial risks? Are we adequately prepared for another economic downturn?
We've conducted extensive stress tests to assess our resilience under various economic scenarios. We're also diversifying our portfolio to mitigate potential losses. Our risk management processes are designed to be proactive, not reactive. We strive to identify and address potential risks before they materialize, which leads us to navigating the ever-shifting regulatory landscape. In our industry, compliance isn't optional. It's the bedrock upon which we build everything.
With all due respect, Anna, those regulations are strangling innovation. We're spending fortunes on compliance, money that could be used on R&D.
I understand your concern, Mark, but consider the alternative. A single misstep, a single violation, and we risk losing the trust of our customers, not to mention facing crippling fines and legal battles.
But at what cost? We're becoming so risk-averse we're afraid to take any chances.
It's not about being risk-averse, Mark. It's about being risk-aware. We need to find creative ways to innovate within the regulatory framework. Think of it as a challenge, not a constraint. Which brings us to our final topic for today: building a resilient culture. We've weathered economic storms, technological disruptions, and intense competition, and the key to our survival has been our people. A resilient culture is one where employees feel supported, valued, and empowered to take risks.
Easier said than done, Anna. How do we foster that kind of environment, especially when we're constantly pushing people to do more with less?
It starts with prioritizing employee well-being, offering comprehensive benefits, flexible work arrangements, and opportunities for professional development. But it goes beyond that. It's about creating a culture of open communication, where employees feel safe to voice their concerns and share their ideas. Building a resilient culture also means empowering our employees to champion our customer-centric approach.
Customer-centric. Sounds great in theory, but how does that translate to the bottom line? We're a financial institution, not a charity.
It translates to loyalty, Mark. Long-term relationships. Satisfied customers are repeat customers, and they recommend us to others.
But are we truly meeting their evolving needs? I see competitors offering more personalized experiences, leveraging AI.
David's right. We need to be more proactive in anticipating what our customers want before they even know it themselves.
Which leads me to my next point: investing in technology. We can't be customer-centric without embracing digital transformation.
There she goes again. Spending money.
Technology is the engine that drives efficiency, enhances customer experience, and fuels business growth. We need to be at the forefront, leveraging cutting-edge solutions to streamline our operations and deliver personalized services.
What specific technologies are we prioritizing? Are we talking AI, blockchain, cloud computing?
All of the above. David. We're exploring AI-powered chatbots for customer service, blockchain for secure transactions, and cloud computing for scalability and agility. It's an investment in our future and in our customers' satisfaction. Which brings us to data. We need to harness its power.
Here we go again. What's the plan for leveraging data analytics? We've got tons of it, but are we really using it effectively?
We're building a data-driven culture, David, empowering teams to make informed decisions based on insights, not gut feelings.
Personalized customer experiences, right? I've heard other companies are killing it with that.
Precisely. Imagine anticipating customer needs before they even articulate them. That's the power of data. Personalized offers, tailored recommendations. It's the future of customer engagement. And to get there, we need to foster a culture of innovation.
Innovation, another buzzword.
It's more than a buzzword, Mark. It's about encouraging creativity, experimentation.
Giving people the space to fail, learn, and iterate.
Exactly. We need to create an environment where employees feel empowered to explore new ideas, challenge the status quo.
So, hackathons, innovation labs?
All of the above. We need to invest in the infrastructure and the mindset. Innovation isn't just a department, it's a company-wide imperative. Which brings us to a crucial point: leadership. We can't expect to stay ahead if we aren't investing in our people, grooming the next generation of leaders.
Another feel-good program? How's that going to increase shareholder value? It's about succession planning, Mark, and creating a bench of talent. We need to identify high-potential employees and give them the tools they need to succeed.
Exactly, David. Leadership development programs, mentorship opportunities, rotational assignments. These are all critical investments.
And speaking of people, what are we doing to ensure a truly diverse and inclusive workforce? It's not just the right thing to do, it's good for business.
Absolutely, Sarah. We're committed to creating a culture where everyone feels valued, respected, and has the opportunity to thrive.
More quotas?
It's about creating a level playing field, Mark, implementing diversity initiatives, unconscious bias training, and actively recruiting from diverse backgrounds. It's about recognizing that our differences are our strengths.
And what about upskilling? The world is changing so fast, we need to make sure our employees have the skills they need to stay relevant.
Precisely. Continuous learning is essential for personal and professional growth. We're implementing learning and development programs to enhance capabilities in a rapidly changing business landscape. Tuition reimbursement, online courses, workshops. We need to provide our employees with the resources they need to succeed. Which brings us to our final point: collaboration. We need to break down silos, foster communication between departments. Our goals have to be shared goals.
Cross-functional teams?
Exactly, and not just on paper. We need to incentivize teamwork, reward collaborative achievements.
Group projects? Back in business school, the smart kids always carried the dummies.
Maybe you were one of the dummies, Mark.
It's about creating an environment where everyone feels valued, where diverse perspectives are not only welcomed, but actively sought out.
So what does that look like in practice?
It means investing in platforms that facilitate communication, creating opportunities for informal interaction, team-building exercises. It means embracing digital transformation to stay competitive, focusing relentlessly on customer experience to build loyalty, investing deeply in innovation to drive growth, and developing strong leaders to guide us forward. These aren't just initiatives, they're imperatives. They're the keys to building a resilient and successful company in today's rapidly evolving landscape. They're what will allow us to thrive. So, let's get to work.